Today for New Music Monday, we're gonna look at the brand new album from Pere Ubu, and it's called Lady from Shanghai. It's hard to talk about Pere Ubu without mentioning their magnificent 1978 album, The Modern Dance. So now I've done that, because it's one that everybody should own. But oddly enough, there are a number of similarities between this new album and that classic, as David Thomas continues to be an endless ocean of amazing ideas and musical approaches. The unnerving energy and the angular rhythms that have always been the core of Pere Ubu are as present here as ever, and yet at some points they find these amazingly subtle ways to bury them in the music. In fact, on a few tracks, especially the song 414 Seconds, this energy reaches a brand new peak, and it becomes oddly unsettling in a good way. Musically, this album falls into that predictable area between Tom Waits, Kraftwerk, and The Fall, once again becoming a musical beast that knows no equal. Though this band bears very little resemblance to the original lineup of Pere Ubu, it's clear that they understand the essence of the music, and the way that the keyboards smash into the guitars and rhythm section is as brilliant as ever. But there's no question that, as has been the case for the 35 plus years of their existence, the focus and the core of every single Pere Ubu song is the lyrics and delivery of David Thomas. With his sound falling somewhere between Nick Cave, Tom Waits, Mark E. Smith, and Leonard Cohen, there's never been a question of just how unique the sound of Thomas is. And he finds tempos and delivery styles that remain completely untested by other musicians. It's the way that Thomas creates these secondary rhythms and moods that gives these songs so much depth. And yet it's also that way that he buries humor in almost every one of his songs, becoming one of the greatest things about listening to Pere Ubu's music. As has always been the case with the music of David Thomas, perhaps the best way to describe it is oddly intriguing, as the songs fit into absolutely no classification, but at the same time, it's impossible not to be engaged by these tracks. However, while all of this is true, you can't argue the fact that the current lineup does lack a certain sting and attitude of the original band. And the middle of this album definitely does drag, but a lot of that can be due to the fact that the vocals aren't as good as that point, and there isn't a great orchestration to back it up. Also, both old and new fans will find parts of this album very repetitive, as it sounds like they had a number of good ideas, recorded those, and then realized they needed a few more songs to fill out the album. But in the end, Lady from Shanghai is proof that David Thomas and Pere Ubu are far from done making music worth hearing, and also a clear sign that there is plenty of musical space still to be explored. And on the buy it or borrow it, this one is a solid borrow it. So that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you dug it. If you did, go ahead and click subscribe, leave a comment, click like, whatever you want to do. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Tumblr right here, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow.